Everybody, Grant's here, yay. He brought his stand because he's smart, and he brought me a bunch of free breaks because he likes beer. You want a beer?
Yeah, but I'm gonna change first.
Okay. Yeah, get the pants off.
Yeah.
Hey, honey.
Walk around and see if I get.
Yeah, good luck with your call. Okay, we're gonna move controls in and use the full length of the grip because Grant doesn't like how tight the cable's getting. So I think if we're successful bleeding the rear, he's going to leave his stuff, and then at some point next week when I'm in town, I'll get more line, get something a little longer. But I do want to ride it tomorrow, so we'll just put this on today, as long as I can find some bolts for it. It should be good. And then his adapter uses this hole and that hole apparently to bleed him. Like I said, we don't need to do it on the front because this one never came apart. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna slide these in, put the grip on, and then butt them up against the grip, and we'll have a little bit more slop in the cable. Well, not cable, hose at this point. For now, it's like how to rip that off without ripping it to pieces. I didn't put the damn brake lever on. I stuck his grip on here. Idiot.
What? Is that the right size? Probably.
Because T10, the T15 was tight, but it still took it out. So these little guys have O-rings, and they go up top. So Grant's got super secret tools. He's put a bunch of fluid up here, and then he's gonna do some magic on the other side. It's probably just like bleeding car brakes, just
Yeah,
you have
tiny bubbles or
tinier bubbles and tinier tools. So this is the pump.
No, that's a hydraulic line cutter.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
You do the puzzle. I'll just film it.
I always forget how to do it. So that's the actual.
Oh, it just snips it. It's nothing special.
No, but it holds it in place, which is nice. So this will also press on the new thing.
Oh, cool.
So it just keeps it all in place.
So doing it with your teeth and a screwdriver?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how I'd do it if I was here by myself. I just bite it really hard.
I'm glad you're not here by yourself.
Huh? Oh no.
That didn't work.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
This is a great tool.
Yeah.
You want to show how to do it with the teeth?
Totally worth the money.
Can you pre-tension that more with a screwdriver? Jesus, Grant. People pay you to do this?
Not very much.
Oh, yeah.
Not enough.
Use that little die.
Pay what you get for it. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, well, we can edit that out. So is there a screw here where you can tighten that and make it clamp harder?
Well, I think this barb is a different size.
Oh.
I think the line, because it's SRAM, that's my guess.
Should we try that one that was in the package?
No, because I know that the other ones work with that, because that's what I have on my bike.
Ooh.
We'll get it in there.
You just force feed it at lunch.
Yep. I don't think it's going to matter very much. Okay, well, it's not going on, so. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, first time with SRAM brakes.
I mean,
It's the reason I don't have any of them.
Probably.
The Magoras and the Shimanos are like interchangeable, from what I can tell. So the other option here, if you want to turn that off for a moment.
Sure.
Clamp the hose in here.
Clamp it there in a vise and take over the vise. Or, no, because we're stuck up here.
Yeah, so vice grips is probably your best bet.
I got some stuff. Let's see. Wall of stuff.
I mean, we can also wheel this over to the bikes.
There's too much shit in the way. Huh? What? It's a nice clamp. I'll probably need to loosen it. Because it tensions after it touches each other. I wonder if that's tight enough.
Right now, no.
Well, if it doesn't, we'll have to figure it out.
Is it going in?
Yeah, easy peasy.
There you go. Cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, it should be
Special
fine.
tools. Told you we should have used our teeth.
Well, you know what I mean?
Oh,
that
so the
you
brakes
just-
already have a bleed, just like a car,
Yeah.
and you just
It's
put
just
and you
miniature.
screw a reservoir on the front.
Yeah.
We're using an adapter kit because
Yeah.
this bike is a Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're also gonna just bring this down here. I don't know if you have like, and then
Push fluid up to the top.
Yep. But so this I found works basically like the first go,
Oh, nice.
as opposed to like 4 or 5 times trying to get all the, all the
Yeah.
kinks and stuff, all the bubbles out of the kinks.
I have a vacuum pump. We could pull it through the top.
No, it's not
Okay.
necessary. If you want, you can for
No.
your video.
That just keeps pistons from.
I'm hoping it fits in here. It fits in the Shimano's.
Everything fits in the Shimano.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, look, it's so close. It's so close.
Yeah. I mean, as long as we get something in there, right, then we just peel it back apart.
Well, we can just put it in this way. But the nice thing is then if you get it in the right way,
It's easy.
you can put it up through here and put a pin in it so it doesn't move. Do you have like a rubber band or something?
I can find something. Start over. Bubble bleed, something about bubble bleeding. Just go to a shop for $20.
Yeah, just go to the shop for 20
That's too
bucks.
expensive. How much was that whole kit?
I don't know.
my
Somebody
phone?
else paid for it.
Oh,
When they,
nice.
Yeah, when they got the brakes.
Like, buy this kit for me, it'll do your brakes. Yeah. If it was Amazon.
So no, I got this kit when a guy gave me his bike to bleed, and in repayment he gave me a mountain biking night riding light
Oh, nice.
that catches on fire. It's a Chinese light.
That's a feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Can't wait to fly over the handlebars.
oh yeah. So my dad jumps on my bike. Goes, I'm gonna take it for a test ride. I said, okay. Be careful. The brakes are a
Really
lot more
strong.
sensitive."
Yeah.
And he's in the driveway as I just told him that. He grabs him and almost goes over the handlebars. Oh
But
wow.
it'll help only having the 160 on the front to start.
Yeah.
I'll ease into
I
it.
almost went over the handlebars for like 2 weeks after I got like hydraulic disc brakes.
It's kind of ironic because I feel like I need to use less braking.
Well, the nice thing is you can just now use one finger instead of your whole hand, so
Yeah.
you do have more control.
Well, I only ever used 2 fingers anyway.
Well, you're also on green loop.
Yeah, this is true. I'm used to on the motorcycle and I use 1 finger too, but those are
That's a little different
hydraulic
too.
brakes.
Yeah.
This should be sealed.
Yeah, that should be
That's
good.
fine. So I'll hold her up and you're gonna do your magic. It basically holds itself. I bet when you get fluid in here, it's like
Probably. I haven't done it
like
yet.
peas
but
everywhere.
Yeah, it's probably just best that.
Ugh. You can already feel it gross.
Huh? Yeah. Do you want gloves?
No, it's okay.
You should get gloves.
I'll wash my hands before I make our burgers.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you. So fluid coming out the top will Grant inseminates. You look like a farmer when they do the cattle.
Okay. Jeff would know.
Jeff would know. We'll have to call Jeff. Oh, there's a bunch of bubbles.
Yep. So there will be.
So you're gonna push, pull,
Yeah.
and bubbles keep coming out the top.
Yep.
Cool.
So also, if you here,
Flip with a lever.
flick the lever a couple times, and you won't feel any resistance. But
No, well, there's nothing for it to push on.
right, well, it's pushing on this actually. All right, that's good. I'll pull back through. Looks pretty good though. It's got some bubbles.
This is easier than doing a car, to be honest.
It is, but a couple small bubbles will fuck your whole brake feel. That's the
Oh.
problem. Once it's good, it's
But
good.
I don't know any better. So I can have a crappy brake feel, and I'll be like, these are sick.
Well, the problem is you might get too close to your bar and then not have enough braking force.
Oh.
Yeah. And being the portly guy that you are, you
Right.
need the
Dude, I
braking
hit
force.
hard. When I hit the ground, people feel it a mile
I'll
away.
throw just a little more brake fluid in that reservoir there. It's looking pretty good right now, right? I'm still pushing.
Yeah, a couple little tiny ones keep popping up. Tiny, tiny ones. You know what that reminds me of? Did you do any optics stuff in your engineering classes?
Yeah.
Did you do that stupid fucking drop test thing where you
It looks
you
pretty good.
ionize little droplets of oil? And then you
yeah.
measure their speed.
Yeah,
You know, like you get them to
stupid.
hover with
Yeah.
like
It's already been done a million times.
that's right, but they just want you to reproduce it. It's like getting stuck with that shitty lab partner and you measure the speed of light at like a third of what it really is because they're that bad with a stopwatch.
Yeah.
You're like, why? I'm going to get a B and it's going to be your fault. Milliken oil experiment. That was the one.
Yep.
Yeah. That thing gives me nightmares. Like, it's jamming
You must have had a really bad lab partner.
No, it's just jamming your face against that thing for like an hour straight, staring at oil drops.
Yeah, I remember that now.
I didn't like it. I don't even remember what it measures at this
Did you
point.
do the bomb calorimeter experiment?
No, I don't think
That
so.
was fun. You basically combust like an M&M or some other small food thing, and you measure the caloric value.
Oh yeah, that was like
heating up
Chem
the
101 stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Let's give this a go. So the annoying thing is on these, you gotta fucking replace a screw on this. It's not just like a thing you can tighten.
Right.
So,
And you can let air in when you're doing that.
well, I'm gonna bring it up above here and unscrew it.
Yeah, but that's what would siphon air in.
Well, then I'll bring it down. You know what I mean?
I'll let it push some out and
Yeah.
then screw the screw in. Do you want to get the screw first?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. You have the little tool, and it's over here, and the two screws are next to them. The red cart in the triangle of chrome made by that wrench. See, yeah. See, you knew exactly what I was talking about.
The triangle of chrome.
Yeah.
Sounds like a holy place.
It is. It's a holy place for the pirates that would ride that bike. Somebody buy my motorcycle.
quick Triumph plug.
Yeah. No, get that Harley sold. Because the Harley's good to go. The Triumph needs parts. And it's a good looking little bike. I just don't like Harleys.
It's also an old man or woman bike.
Nah. It's a Sportster. It's a beginner bike. You should buy it.
I don't
You
want
could you could buy
it. I
it.
already had a beginner bike.
You could buy it, ride it all year, and you could sell it for more.
Yeah.
Because I'll give you a good deal. There. Oh yeah.
There it is.
What a great technique. All these secrets people will learn.
The
like-
secret
yeah.
is don't buy SRAM brakes.
Well, whatever.
Get Shimano's.
Imagine how this compares to like the Park Tool video of how to bleed brakes, right? And there's like they have a pristine shop and everything works perfectly and it all fits. And you're like, here, dude, go get that hammer and grab this with
Tell
your
you what,
vice screws.
the guy that tells you how to bleed brakes with the big mustache on Park Tool
Oh,
videos
dude,
really
is,
good
yeah,
at it.
he is really good at it. He's so good at it, they put him on the internet. He
Yeah.
probably makes way more money than me too.
He'd probably be laughing at us.
He probably would go full of burgers and back at it. Yeah, get that pin in there. So you don't have to fold that; it's just tensions itself.
Oh, we'll fold it now. That's through.
Okay.
What do you mean? Is that?
The edge of the cotter pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a pair of pliers?
Maybe. How about these big boys here?
And like for Shimano, you have a little tiny bolt that goes through.
Yeah, you love those Shimano.
I should be a Shimano salesman.
You should. Go around installing SRAM brakes and talking all kinds of crap.
Yeah.
Nice work. Yeah.
Alrighty, you are good to go, man.
Nice. So I got some bolts. I'll get that thing on there.
Look at
And
that.
adjust it. Perfect. Yeah. So first squeeze and the cable popped right out. So you have to retighten. Oh, I can push it all the way in.
Yeah, maybe don't do that because then we'll get fluid everywhere.
Oh boy. Should we take the pads back out?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
we gotta do that whole process again. It
Oh.
didn't take very long,
Womp womp.
but yeah, that sucks.
So after that fiasco, got five barbs and olives specifically for SRAM, and these newer ones that thread are supposed to be backwards compatible with all their old stuff. That should get us a rear brake that doesn't pop off when we try it out, because we were clearly we were putting Shimano stuff into a SRAM setup and it does not work. I mean, I really hammered those brakes to get it to pop. So if I wasn't so aggressive or whatever, maybe it would have held and I wouldn't have noticed. But I'm pretty ham-fisted, so I really went for it. Yeah, so we'll get the get that, I zip tied it to the side so it wouldn't drip fluid on the rotor, right? I want to keep that nice and clean. But I think we'll go ahead and mount the caliper to tighten everything together and then pop it back off like Grant did. Well, I don't know. We don't have, everything's angled upwards. Right here, right? It dips and it's up, so you could get an air bubble there unless I'm just conscious enough to wiggle it around. Well, we're all zip tied in place. Yeah, we'll try bleeding it there with no pads in it, and then we'll pop it back off, clean the rotor, put pads on, and see how it feels. Right, so SRAM stuff, they're the only ones that do it this way, so I don't know why. All the other brands seem to work just fine, but what you have is the barb is threaded. It's not actually a barb, right? Because a barb would have the jagged edges, hence a barb fitting. This is not a barb fitting, it's a threaded fitting on both sides. So step one, you have this I think it's a T8, and it actually threads into the hose. So, did I just get fluid on it? Yeah, got brake fluid on the rotor again already, like an idiot. So we'll be cleaning all this off before we put the pads in, don't worry. Let me grab my tripod. So, the way it works is this little T8, and these are right-handed threads on what would be the barb area on normal brakes, and there's a fitting underneath, and you thread it in. And I cut the old barb off, so this is all fresh cable. Shouldn't have any issues with it being expanded funny from before, but yeah. You just keep threading it, thread it. Really fine threads, so it takes a while, but you'll get to a point where that gap is gone. You want to just barely touch right there. It starts to get tight. Yep, so right up against the bottom of the hose. Now we need the olive. Well, technically we need the compression fitting before we need the olive, because this needs to go on first. Then the olive has an open side and a threaded side because, you know, we're SRAM and we're crazy, and it's left-handed threads, right? Lefty-tighty. You just tighten that up, right? And it's ready to go. So now the compression fitting, we'll squish it all down in, and 7 or 8 newtons, one of the two, don't quote me on it. I don't have a wrench that does that small, so I'm gonna guess. Okay, I think this is the right wrench. The tripod's super unbalanced up here, but yeah, so it's not a lot of torque on these. I mean, you can go pretty ham on it anyway, and I'm not sure it's going to really hurt anything, but I'm probably already past 8 newtons by now for sure. Just, we don't care. Right, okay, so right there, instead of being kind of easy, like that's tight. Definitely over torqued, but I don't think it's going to cause a problem. Hey, we'll find out. So I'm going to leave this on to bleed it, and then we'll take it off to clean everything. I think that's the right move here. Right now, the bleed screw is a T10, which Grant left me his kit, the one he got on Amazon for like 35 bucks, 40 bucks or so. In the future, I'll probably end up buying my own bleed kit if needed. Yeah, it's just going to leak out fluid and make a huge mess. Grab that syringe. Top half, yeah, I think the right answer is going to be safety wire up to the garage door. If we can get that around any point here where it can just kind of hold it vertical for us so we don't have to touch it ourselves, it's going to be really, really easy, because when we just work the syringe at the bottom, then we're good to go. Yeah, I think that's going to work great, because it just doesn't need a lot of force. It just needs to stay vertical so it doesn't spill all over my tools. I'm going to do something smart and put some paper towel down there just in case. And then we'll pour on the top, we'll draw it through to the bottom, push it back. You just kind of push it back and forth, hoping you get all the air out. We'll move this line a little bit, and we'll try to get a good amount of it on tape. Dot fluid, so tasty. So Grant filled the syringe. which I'm not sure matters. I think what we're doing is actually, we're just taking, it's going to be an extra step, right? Okay, so I don't see giant bubbles, even really little bubbles coming through on either end, and I pump it back and forth, pump the lever a little bit, wiggle the line around, flick it with my finger, all kinds of stuff. So I think we're good. We can have our little bit ready. We're going to take this off. It'll gravity feed through and should keep fluid, air from going in this way before we close it off. And then the top is just naturally the highest, so no air should be introduced up there. And we do the same thing. We'll unscrew the guy and hot swap in the plug that came with it. Yep, fluid's bubbling out. This is so messy. Okay. Whoa. There's always a better way, right? And it's not the way I'm doing it. Okay. Stop. Okay. The temptation to squeeze that is high, but remember, there's no pads in here yet, right? And we made a big mess, so we want to clean everything up. You get stuck there. So, these weren't real tight because all we need to do was torque down our fitting. Didn't need to line anything up yet. But yeah, there's DOT4 fluid everywhere now. You'd think it would be nice if they just gave in and said, hey, we're gonna do what everyone else is doing to make it easier on the end user, and then guys might be willing to try their stuff out if they know they can just slap in a SRAM caliper and try it out with their existing lines and levers even. Like, how nice would that be? Oh, I'm out of brake clean. Good enough. All right, we're back on, and I think lined up. I'm not sure I could hear it rubbing at all. I can't see, well, I can see a little hairline gap down to the cement floor. I think it's good. And the lever feels good, so the front, right there's engagement, and then nice and stiff. Rear, right there, it engages, super stiff, and I can really reef on it. It's not popping out. I don't see, no, maybe there's a little leak. Almost feels loose. Tighten that. It could be that I'm just going too ham on it, right? Or maybe I over tightened it and now it's leaking. What a pain in the dick, right? No idea. Let me spray it off again. Okay, tighten it down a little more. You'd hate to find out that us putting that other stuff in there and then tightening the shit out of it damaged it in some way, but worse things have happened. Oh, look. Looks good so far. No, rode it and it feels great.